Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three mirror image duplicates of the party that was here last week. In the bottom left, we have Asher Ford, Human Ranger, played by Mirror Char.
I had to move over to the side for my camera to get me.
In the bottom middle, we have Greshy, Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, played by Mirror Will.
I am also here, like normal, and nothing strange.
And in the bottom right, we have Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Erastil, played by Mirror Adam.
Yep.
And if I had thought about this gag beforehand, I probably would have mirrored your screens. But alas, take a sip. Let's go ahead and just get on into it. So last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers made their way into the shimmering veils of pride, where they found their sins amplified, Gunn's at least. Greshy and Asher found themselves somewhat repulsed by the blatant displays of vanity therein. There were mirrors all over the walls. You ended up fighting some mirror duplicates of yourself at the entrance, but pressed through to find what seemed to be kind of like a cathedral to the Great Peacock Spirit. You then talked to the acolytes there, who seemed to be all septuplets. Perhaps clones, perhaps mirror images of the same person. But they were generally polite when you revealed yourselves to be sent by either the Great Peacock Spirit or Xandergul himself to aid in his revival. You requested access to whatever knowledge they had, but they insisted that you wait for their master Vraxaris to return from his chambers within. You looked around a bit, didn't see where his chambers were, and decided to go back to the Runeforge Central for now. And I think that is basically where we left off. So, party. You make your way back through the halls, and as you exit the kind of mirrored section, you start to feel yourselves return back to normal. That intense sense of pride that you were feeling, Gunn, has waned a bit. You still feel it there. You still feel proud of yourself and your accomplishments, but you can just feel that that influence on your mind to seem to have waned slightly. But you're not sure if it's entirely gone. A similar feeling is the case for you, Greshy and Asher. The weight kind of lifts as you guys get further and further away from the cathedral, but you still feel that just kind of very, very slight headache. None of you have any more bonuses or penalties once you guys make your way to the central chamber. But otherwise, yeah. What would you guys like to do? So you guys return to... you're just here in the hallway. You can see up ahead the central Runeforge area, the massive statue of presumably Xandergul himself, cloaked in green and looking beautiful.
My water bottle is in the, my drinking horn specifically is in the well in the middle. I'd like to check on it and see how it's doing.
Yeah, you probably can't see it
I'll
from
just
here.
get the long
sure,
stick out.
Yeah, you can ride Phelan on over.
We'll just stomp around everyone. I assume everyone's moving still.
Yeah, I'll pop out here.
Yeah,
Sure,
where's Rock?
move yourselves. Oh, he's just behind you.
There he is.
There.
Oh.
Hi, he's coming. Once again, though, I am going to leave Phelan back here.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay. You let Phelan go stand back towards the entrance a bit.
Do you have the long rod there, Gunn? Is that in the bag?
Bust out the. It's probably in the bag again.
Aye.
Bust it out. 10-foot pole.
I'll hold the bag open. And we'll have that comic moment of Gunn reaching his arms all the way in and then slowly pulling it out exactly. Right, let's finish it out and see if it's done anything.
Okay. You make your way over to the pool at the center of the Rune Forge. And yeah, use the 10-foot pole to stab inward, press the water skin up against the far edge, and then kind of lead it out until it splatters on the floor. Some of this liquid, it's the whole water skin is glowing very brightly, but after a few moments, the glow fades as the liquid kind of seeps down into the ground around you.
Can we not do that again?
I'm going to take a minute and just double check and read aura on it, just to make sure that it's entirely dissipated.
Sure. Asher and Gunn are both like peeking out from behind the statue.
And then you suddenly threw it back in. So
sure, the whole point was to let it soak a little while longer.
Say so.
So you're casting read aura on it.
I am just taking a minute real quick here.
Yeah, you attempt to cast read aura on it, and you're getting this very strong, just pure arcana from it, not anything specific. It's almost, you could give me an arcana check again to see if you can kind of suss out what's going on.
Sure, let me see what I can determine what this is all about. That's not so bad. 37.
37. Okay. You can tell that this stuff is definitely bonding to the water skin in some way, but it doesn't seem to have fully. It's like it's missing something. Like it would need
a sort of catalyst, perhaps.
Yeah, catalyst or an additional reagent of some kind. To make it work. But this certainly seems like it's supposed to... This liquid seems like it's supposed to be used for enhancing items with magic.
Enchanting something.
Okay, so it is some sort of... I'm on the right track in theory, just need some actual way to keep it glued together, really.
Yeah, it's possible that this is supposed to be used on people or creatures, or you're not really sure exactly what the purpose is yet, but you can tell that it definitely does bind to the material essence of the water skin. So perhaps it would bind to the material essence of other things as well.
There's a lot of potential in there. But don't have to deal with it right now anyway.
Well, that so far is the only really special feature we've seen here. So perhaps this is actually why we're here, is to get this water and do something with it, but we'll have to find out what that is.
Special water.
Well, shall we check out the Envy Halls then?
The Smoky Hall.
Were we going to do Envy or were we going to do Lust next?
Well, I was curious about what's going on with the smoke.
Yeah, as Greshy says that, the three of you
between
glance over to the entrance to the Abjurant Halls of Envy, and you can see that strange black smoke still billowing out from that hallway.
We had been considering lust because it's the other opposite of greed.
Oh, I will surely double back. We still want to check it out, but
Yeah, can always do envy first. All right, I'll lead the way. Rock, do you want to come with us or stay here? I think you will come with us, but we're gonna go slow anyway.
Can we see in the smoke? Did we figure out if you could do that last time?
I think we figured out that Greshy cannot see through it.
Yeah, I think Greshy is able to see through like non-magical smoke or like natural fire smoke, of which this does not seem to be. You can kind of see a little bit further than everyone else, Greshy. Like you can see that there seems to be like a back wall, maybe like 30 feet in. I can't count. That's not 30 feet at all. That's about 90 feet in or so. There seems to be like a solid surface, but you can't tell. The whole corridor is just filled with this stuff, so.
I don't think we'll be right blind when we go in, but stay close, I suppose.
Hopefully there's no mirrors in there.
We'll ask Rock to bring up the very back of the group.
Ooh.
And I'll go first.
Okay.
As I step into the smoke, does anything happen? Can I breathe okay?
Yeah, you hold your breath for a moment and just take like a very slight whiff of the smoke, and it smells like slightly acrid, but it's very, very faint. And you pause for a moment. Nothing seems to overcome you. You don't feel weird at all. It just smells like slightly faint smoke. Maybe it betrays how thick the smoke actually is. You were kind of expecting it to be
maybe I have a cloth,
like, more painful.
Do I have a cloth or a pouch or something I can hold up to my nose to use as a filter and step forward?
Okay. So you've got one hand has got some kind of like you take one of your pouches off of your belt and put it over your face. Are the other two of you doing anything like that, or are you just going right in?
I'm going in.
Greshy would take some part of one of his robes and kind of swaddle it around his head and make a makeshift turban.
I've smelled worse.
Okay. So Asher just doesn't care.
As I get in,
Like, does it hurt me, or is it just kind of like, here it is?
No, once you start smelling it, it doesn't seem to hurt you. It's like it's definitely less bad than like regular, like real world smoke. It's maybe like a room that somebody was just burning some incense in. It's got a slightly weird scent to it, but you're not. You don't seem to be affected by it.
See in the smoke?
I'll be okay.
Not super far, maybe about 10 feet at a time. But once you get a little bit further in, I'll just remove that because it's a little bit easier for you to do. But you guys make your way. Oops.
Whee!
Slipped out of my grasp. Where'd Rock go?
He's back there.
Rock will bring up the rear.
Okay. So yeah, as you make your way forward, you can eventually make out what looks like a staircase leading down. And there's an eerie blue light coming up from the bottom of the stairs.
All right.
Do you continue down?
I think so.
Okay. One sec, let me get you guys in the right order.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, you continue down the stairs until you reach a landing, after which there seems to be... sorry, I'm sorting you guys. Sorting. There we go. Actually, I have to check one thing real quick. Oops. That does not work with that note. Okay. Okay. So as you guys make your way down, you eventually get to a landing. And like before, when you entered the Shimmering Veils of Pride, you start to feel a little bit woozy, like memories are kind of flashing back and hitting you in the face. Gunn, you can think of all the times that you've been a stalwart shield for your party. Every time you've had to corral them together to make sure that they were within your glimpse of redemption. Every shield block, every extra bit of preparation, every bit of planning that you've put into this adventure, all kind of comes flashing through your mind. You're not envious of what other people have, but you want to make sure that you protect what you already have. And for you, that is the friendships, the people around you, the society that has taken you in. Sandpoint and the surrounding peoples have all been nothing but kind to you. And you feel like it would be a shame to let Karzug or any of the Runelords ruin that. Your strong sense of vigilance attunes you to the Abjurant halls, and you get a +1 to all skill checks and stuff while you're in here. Skill checks and damage. Greshy. It's a little bit different for you. Your mind is flashing back to all those times people have looked down on you. All those little interactions with shopkeepers, with people of status and privilege, the mayor and his fanciful menagerie outside his palace, the people who operated the ferry at the town that I can't remember currently. What's the town called? Not Riddleport, the other one. You know it. You know it in your heart. Roderick's Cove.
Roderick's Cove?
That's the one, yeah. You hate it when people give you that look like you don't have the means to take care of yourself, like you don't have the gold. You wish somewhere deep in your heart, like maybe not overtly, but there's something inside of you that wishes you could just pay them all back. Just show them all just how wrong they are about you and about the world. You wish that you could just take every single thing that they owned and maybe not keep it for yourself, but just give it away if need be, but they don't deserve to have it. You view yourself as an arbiter of who is really deserving in this world. And while not strictly envious per se, you are kind of jealous of these people. The deepest little spark in your heart. You wish that you had some of this stuff. You can feel that little spark start to grow, just a tiny bit. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad if you had a mansion. Maybe you would be different.
I think Greshy's been on board for the mansion thing for a while.
Combine all my houses.
Yeah. Maybe it's you who deserves all of the real estate in the world. Meanwhile, Asher, you don't feel anything.
Oh!
you don't notice. This just feels like you're walking down a hallway.
That's what you all get for wearing your you're covering your face.
So Asher, so Gunn and Greshy, you both get the +1 to all checks and damage.
Oh.
Asher, you're net neutral. You've never really been jealous of anyone. You've never coveted that which you didn't have. You very non-materialistic.
Asher is too pure for this world, is what you're saying.
But he's also not.
Sure.
You're protective of your friends and family, but not in the same way that Gunn is. You don't plan and make preparations. You just go with your heart. And for whatever reason, that's not enough to be considered vigilant. Yeah, I mean, you probably know in your own heart that you're not that vigilant.
Nah. I improv everything.
All right. So as you guys make your way, you get to the a landing, and you can see up ahead there's another set of stairs. The smoke is still kind of thick down here, but your eyes are starting to attune to it, or attune to the smoke, and you can kind of start to make things out a little bit more clearly. As you guys progress, you make your way up to the base of the stairs, and Gunn and Greshy, you start to make your way down the stairs. Asher, abruptly from the side of the wall to your left, a mouth starts to move. Sorry, I forgot to actually...
After the rest of us have passed it.
Yes, after the other two of you have passed it, a voice suddenly just bellows out. Why did I... There we go. Aha. Stop. These are the abjurant halls of vigilance. Know that your powers will be crushed and you shall die. You are not worthy.
Me?
Is that in... I would imagine that's in Thessalonian, right?
It is in Thessalonian, yes.
Because I can't imagine it'd be anything else.
Has it been less than an hour since we activated?
It has been more than an hour, I believe, because you activated it while you were talking to them, you walked around and were talking to them for a while, and then you decided to leave. So yeah, I would say it's been more than an hour.
Okay, then we've lost.
So Asher understood that, the rest of us didn't quite
Yeah, the rest of you all hear this voice say some things and turn back to look at Asher.
I'm still learning. Asher hasn't quite taught me everything he knows yet.
I pointed to myself and said, me? Something. I don't know if I can answer.
It doesn't seem to answer, but if you stare at it for a moment, it just repeats itself. Stop!
My God.
These are the abjurant halls of vigilance. Know that your powers will be crushed and you shall die. Coughing.
Our,
The halls of vigilance, not the halls of envy. How interesting.
I thought they might be the vigilant halls of envy.
Well, you guys didn't hear that, so it's whether or not Asher repeats it.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I'm gonna stare at it some more, and then when it yells at me again, I'm just gonna repeat it to everyone else.
Are you going to
Like,
repeat it
guys,
in
this-
Thessalonian, or are you going to translate it?
Well, the first time I repeat in Thessalonian. And then I go, wait, hold on. And then I repeat it in common. The wall is yelling at me and it's saying this. And it won't answer my question. So.
Yeah, and about every 30 seconds or so, it just repeats the message.
Here it goes
while
again.
You're standing there.
I started.
Wait,
Okay,
I'm gonna walk back. I'm gonna actually like move behind Rock to see if it stops.
Yes, it does stop.
Interesting.
Rock, can you move next to the mouth thing to see if it yells at
You
you?
kind of push Rock.
Yeah,
and
just-
looks back. And he
I need to. I
kind
don't know
of
if you're
sidles-
envious or anything.
He'll sidle up to it.
Yeah. Does it yell at him?
Rock just, walks forward and looks
And
at
then,
the
like, cock
wall
his
and
head.
kind of pecks at it a bit, but it doesn't move. It doesn't seem to
Okay.
react to him.
Have you ever seen a bird shrug?
I'm gonna wave a hand in front of it.
I have seen a housefly though.
Hmm.
When you put your arm kind of near it, it immediately starts to
Oh
echo
my
the-
God.
the voice again.
Well, this could get obnoxious.
But
if this
doesn't
is-
like-
I don't
Sure.
think this wall likes me.
Well, then don't be near the wall, perhaps. And maybe as we're going down, I guess I'll attempt to detect magic or read aura, see if there's any other magical things popping out of the woodwork.
Okay, so Greshy is detecting magic. What's Gunn doing?
I will look for traps.
Okay, you're on the lookout for traps. And Asher?
I'm on the other wall. I'm gonna sneak past it. I'm gonna sneak under it. I'm sneaking. Like
Okay.
it's just gonna yell at me again though.
Yeah, I mean, as you pass by, it starts to yell at you, but once you make your way past it, it stops. It seems like it was
Okay,
just
it
a
doesn't
warning.
like me.
Well, up ahead, you guys can see a very blue-looking chamber and quite a lot of rubble on the ground. Clearly visible on the ground is some kind of rune. But yeah.
That looks like the that's the envy rune. So, right halls at least.
That's envy, not vigilance.
Aye, that's envy.
Interesting.
I mean, they
Do
were
you,
corrupted when they made Runeforge.
do you
There would be
suppose
anything
they were
else?
corrupted after they made Runeforge?
Not to my recollection. My understanding is that the sins were well embraced before the Runelords took over.
You don't suppose that
Envious of
Runeforge
the-
existed prior to the Runelords
Wasn't the point of Runeforge to
converting
find a
from-
way to save themselves?
I thought it was just to gain more knowledge of the magic that they had.
Yeah, that's what I
Perhaps.
thought too.
But I hadn't seen anything else talking
But
about.
this was where the
anything
study
positive.
of rune magic took place.
Well, I haven't seen anything positive in here, so
Well, here's your positive chamber. That face apparently said these were the halls of vigilance, not the halls of envy.
But that I would die or be destroyed or explode.
Well, we'll just have
Translation was off.
to be extra careful.
I'm still looking around trying to spot any more magic. Hopefully nothing gonna attack us. If it wants to yell at us, that's fine.
Sure. Yeah. You're detecting magic as you guys make your way down the stairs. Gunn is keeping his eyes open for any signs of trap. And Asher is just kind of at the back, sulking.
Continue on.
Sulking.
I'll try and be about 10 feet in front of everybody else, I think, still.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and move yourselves as you wish.
Sure. Wait,
Well, I mean, let's all move in formation, but until we get to a point where something is either
Well, we're going to
Detected or
need to
not
get.
detected.
So if
I imagine-
like, oh
Hmm.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, mine wasn't very important. I was gonna see if the smoke's kind of like incensey and not real smoke. Is there a way to kind of think of what this might be? Since it's not on fire.
Yeah, give me. You can give me a check with any of the 4 magical traditions. So, Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion.
Oh, nature would work?
Yeah, Nature would work.
Okay. Good. That's my best one. A 30.
30.
That's
Okay.
decent.
You think about it as you're making your way down the stairs, and this smoke is definitely not natural, but you're aware of, in the wild, you've interacted sometimes with like primal spirits and elementals and fae. Sometimes when magical forces collide, they produce an effect kind of like smoke. You've seen it happen before between 2 elementals, but and it produced a similar kind of smell to this, but it looked a little bit different, so you can't be sure if it's the same.
Okay.
Gunn, as you reach the bottom of the stairs, you notice something. There's a kind of sizzle in the air. Kind of tingling, like a static. And you immediately spot something on the ground. Whoop. As I go to... amidst the rubble is what appears to be a small wand. It is like partially cracked. Like it looks like it's just like a straight stick, but has been kind of cracked slightly. And it is just very, very, very faintly crackling with kind of like a white energy. It seems like it has
Pointed
just
this
gone off.
direction?
No, it's not pointed in any particular direction.
Okay.
It's just kind of sitting there amidst the rubble. You also notice as you get into this chamber and can kind of see, it looks like it was maybe a massive room before, but the ceiling has kind of caved. Ceiling and walls have kind of caved in all over. It looks like something massive happened here. Maybe an explosion, maybe a bunch of small explosions. Definitely nothing good. You can see amidst the rubble signs of combat, sword marks, spear marks, claw marks even. You see splatters of blood on the stones. Yeah, it looks like quite the battle happened here.
I will relate that to the others and point to a few of the marks. And maybe edge my way forward still and keep looking for traps or anything that looks like tripwire, pressure plate, a lurking monster.
Okay. As you step into the chamber, you're able to get a fuller view, and you don't see anything like that. The biggest thing that pops out to you is that little wand on the ground. That seems like it has discharged some energy.
There is
and
something
you're getting bad
over
vibes
there,
about
but
it.
looks like a cracked wand. Could be anything.
All right.
Be careful as we go. Where's Asher?
Is there? I'm back here.
He's up the
Is there?
stairs.
I just didn't move. Hunting, hunt, prey. I guess I can't see or hear anything, but being able to kind of see if I can figure out if there's an elemental or fae that may have been summoned into this room recently. I guess I'd have to get around Rock to do that.
You'd have to get closer to some of the signs of combat to really tell.
Excuse me.
And Greshy, as you're detecting magic,
Mhm.
you do get a lingering abjuration aura. Seems to be kind of centered on that wand. It seems to have cast something fairly recently. Like it's the aura is fading, but it seems to have been a recent spell that was triggered.
Interesting. Is there any sign anything else is nearby to have set it off?
Not that you can see. It just
Is it
seems to
a
just be kind
self-trigger?
of sitting there. There's a piece of roof rubble that is kind of sitting on top of it.
Any
But
theories about
no
what
creatures.
happened here?
I think someone used that wand on themselves and then murdered someone else. That's my random guess of the day.
Let's
May have done themselves in.
I
peek
could have done that
into the
too.
room actually, and I'll test this rune on the floor. And does anything happen if I kind of touch it or with my toe?
Sorry,
or
you're doing about
sword.
touching the floor?
The rune on the floor.
Oh, the rune on the floor. No, it just seems to be... It is glowing softly, but it seems to be some kind of just enchantment on the floor, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay.
Seems like it's decorative.
I'll sneak past it a little bit, and it seems to be somewhat safe.
Do you want to take a minute and see if you can identify what kind of wand that is?
Sure, but I'm hesitating to pick it up because something strange happened here.
It did. How
Can
long
you-
does it take to repair an item?
Well, it depends
you-
on whether or not you have quick repair.
Oh, did
Can you cast your read aura again and see if there's anything else lingering around that wand? Other than the enchantment.
I mean, I can. Yeah,
on it?
sure. I can see if there's anything else in the room, but it was this Abjuration, I think, was the school that I was getting from the wand.
Oh, did you already get something from the wand?
I was Abjuration school, but that's all I can get from it.
I missed that, but so there's nothing. There doesn't seem to be any other.
Okay. As you
Or
guys
is
are
it, like, in
talking
that
to each
square?
other, suddenly there is a pulse of energy from the wand that just wave pulses out of it. You all feel like like kind of this energy just pass through you. You then start to hear sparking sounds as little bits and pieces of your various gear start to like spark and fizz. I need oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Cool. I need to know all of the magic items that are on all three of you.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
So get your character sheets
Alright.
open. Let's go
Go first,
for Asher to start with.
Asher is still 20 feet away from it.
Yes,
And
that
Rock
is
is
exactly
about
within the
40 feet
radius
away
of
from
it. Rock is fine, so Rock doesn't have to make this do anything here. But I do need. Yeah, let's see. This is gonna be real slow. Sorry, chat. got the battle music on so you can enjoy the.
You're asking me to figure out what
sadness.
items.
Yeah, just start
I don't
going down the list of
I
what
can
items you
definitely go
got.
first. I've got mine.
Oh, okay, gun.
We'll
We'll start with gun.
Okay. All right, go.
My sword and armor and shield.
Okay,
So
sword.
the sword
armor,
is the
shield.
striking
What's
longsword plus
yeah?
2
What
with
runes do you have on it?
It has the spell storing rune, which is charged with a spell from Greshy, which is a 3rd level shocking grasp.
Okay, that's all I needed
And
to
it
know for the
has
sword because that's the highest level rune on it.
Thundering rune.
Armor.
Okay.
I just need to basically know what the
armor
highest level
has,
thing is on.
Probably the fortify rune, I think, is higher than the wing rune.
All right, let me do a quick check. What's the rune actually called? Fortification.
Fortification.
It's level 12. Okay.
And the shield is a moderate sturdy shield. I think it's level 10.
Actually, the winged rune is stronger, so it is level 13.
Oh, okay.
The shield is actually not magical. Sturdy shields are
Moderate sturdy
special,
shield?
but not magical. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, what other magical
the
gear
steel
on you?
shield
You have-
has higher hardness than its non-magical counterparts.
Yep, it's just a really good shield. You have the Elven Cloak,
Okay.
or Cloak of Elvenkind.
Yeah, I have Cloak of Elvenkind and Boots of Elvenkind.
Uh,
I have a
Cloak
Ring of
is
Acid Resistance and a
7.
Ring of Fire Resistance.
Boots are 5. Are the boots or the cloak greater versions? Or no?
No.
No, okay. And sorry, what was the Ring of Resistance?
Ring of Acid Resistance and Ring of Fire Resistance. And then a Lifting Belt and a Bracelet of Dashing.
Okay. Ring of Resist.
And that is it except for potions.
Okay, I'm not gonna worry about potions.
Oh, actually, I have a +1 striking longbow as well. No property runes on it, just the basic.
Okay. And are you carrying a bag of holding?
Yes, the small one,
Mark 1 or Type 1 or whatever.
Type 1.
Okay. So that is.
That would just have my
gun.
personal items in it, which are all non-magical.
Okay. The contents doesn't matter. I just need to know that you have it. Okay. Who's ready next?
Almost ready.
I can go.
Okay. Greshy.
I have Major Staff of Healing. I have the Snakeskin Bodysuit +1. Doesn't have any other runes on it, I don't believe. Just the +1.
Okay.
I have Knapsack of Hapling Kind. Greater, I believe. I have... It's broken, so it's not magical. I have a Wand of Longstrider. I have a Greater Crafter's Eyepiece. Or Spectacles. I have a Skeleton Key.
All right.
I have Bracelet of Dashing. Sahedron necklace and my Gloves of Storing and Wand of Crackling Lightning. And I think that's it.
Is the wand inside the gloves?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes, it should be.
Okay. Then they are safe inside.
All right,
Phelan?
well. Phelan, oh boy. All right. I mean, he's only got a couple things. He's got cold resistant +2 barding, large light barding. He has his color of inconspicuousness, and it does have a rune on it, or a rune tag on it that has the shocking rune.
Okay.
I think it's pretty low level, so.
Asher.
Alright. I have my armor. I think I have everything written down. Which has a cold resist and a +2.
Okay.
I have my longbow, which has frost and flame and greater striking.
Alright.
I have my boots of bounding. I have my Sahedron medallion. I think I have the bag of holding now that Greshy used to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The type 2.
Yes. I have my gloves of storing, my ring of the ram, and I don't know if my Aeon stone counts, but it's there too.
It does count.
That's still the
Okay, there it is.
no property
Which Aeon stone is it?
Different one.
Let
the
me
color?
double check. It's the one that you don't have to eat. Oh,
right.
I'm in the wrong tab. That's why I can't find it.
I forget what it's
Da-da-da-da-da.
called. Clear spindle, maybe?
Clear. Wow, it doesn't even have a color. It's clear.
Yeah, I think it's like the most basic one. Okay. This will take me a
Other than
sec
the
to
faded one.
find all these levels for you. Okay. Raider striking, I'm pretty sure is the strongest thing on this bow. Striking. Oh, no.
Until you take it off and then you suddenly die of thirst and hunger.
Oh
'Cause you
god,
didn't
it's
eat
all
for the
coming
last-
back to me.
Oh boy. Why is it not coming up? Striking.
Luckily, we're in a
Right,
place
there it
where
is.
I'll never be hungry.
Pretty
So they
sure it's
said.
strong.
Yeah, maybe they lied.
Resist energy. Elemental runes. How was your weekend, everyone? Let's see.
It's fine.
It's whatever.
A lot better before this cliffhanger here that we're
This moment.
We're just gonna end the episode
drawing out
here
the.
as
My
we
life was
slowly
going very
go
well
through
until this
calculate the
point.
exact value of every single item that we have, so that Jason can slowly but surely determine which of these items he's going to murder us with
Yeah.
as they go flying through the air straight through our heads.
Don't worry, I just need to know everyone's
They just all attack me.
AC saving
Like,
throws
thanks,
and the
guys.
level of every item you're carrying.
All of our items fly off and become another
I should have asked
person
for that
and
one.
creates a
but,
construct.
It's like, ah.
It's a magical
what I'm
item
guessing.
golem.
That's what I'm guessing.
oh boy.
Like wild guesses.
He'll be wearing my boots and cloak and your bodysuit. And,
Yes!
and
Please.
gloves.
You don't want to be wearing that bodysuit, please.
And gloves. And
Nobody needs to be wearing that bodysuit anymore.
with Asher's stone
Okay.
floating around
Actually-
his head.
This is useless, all of this.
I neglected one step. I need all 4 of you to make a will save.
Oh,
Yeah.
that helps. That actually
That- Does help.
makes me feel a lot better.
That
I mean,
might
the
save
rolls
me
could
some
still be
time.
miserable. Okay,
Asher
so
got a
35 for
28.
Greshy.
28. Yep. Ooh.
Nice roll there,
Done with the
Cullen.
42.
That is a natural 20 for
Phelan,
Phelan,
my
getting
goodness.
a 43. Just to outdo Gunn for no reason, I guess. Oh, they're really good. Overall, we're not bad.
The question
for
I'm
is,
Asher.
not. Yeah, I'm having a
Do we
hard
need-
time.
do we get to add our item bonuses? Because we all
Our item
forgot to
bonuses.
mention that we all have Sahedron medallions. No, actually, my rune
Well,
is
see,
on
that's it. I said Greshy's got the rune. I know Gunn's got the rune.
Asher
Phelan
has
does have a
medallion.
giant-ass medallion. I did forget about the giant-ass medallion. But I don't have it queued into his sheet, so his natural 20 stats. So,
Okay.
Actually, he's
I
not
was trying to
attuned
make more
to.
trouble.
He's not attuned because he can only attune to 2 items. He's just wearing it.
Right.
It's a fashion accessory.
That's right.
You know, like back in the day with the
Forgot that.
hip hop artists where they would wear the giant clocks and such. That's Phelan, but with just a Sahedron.
Okay. Alright, so let's see. So, Greshy, you got a natural 20 for 43. You crit save. Oh, sorry, that's Phelan.
No,
who did.
Phelan.
Phelan
Phelan's a
crit
good
save.
boy.
Phelan is
Yay.
unaffected by the this pulse of energy.
a good boy.
Greshy, you got a 35.
I
And you have the resolve thing.
do,
The iron will.
but we'll see what happens.
That is a regular failure, not a critical failure.
See, that's
Oh,
why I
dear.
said maybe.
Ooh.
Not looking good for me.
Gunn got a 42, which is a success, which becomes a crit success for him. Asher got a 28, which is a crit failure.
Yay!
So
They were on 4 here, so woof.
Okay, so
Damn
Gunn
it.
and Greshy, or sorry, Gunn and Phelan, I can just ignore. I should have remembered that this was a step before I had you guys do that. Ash, okay, we'll do Greshy.
It accomplished making me feel super grateful.
6, 7, 8, 9.
That-
Do 1d9.
I might not be
7.
contributing to our team.
5, 6, 7.
Don't worry, I'll contribute twice. I got this.
Please tell me I'm naked under my robes.
Ooh.
We're all
no,
naked under our robes. I mean, truly.
Yeah,
At some
truly
point.
we are.
Not quite.
Some of us
Okay,
are never nudes.
so
There are dozens of us.
Asher will never be nude.
Is that how that- Yeah, okay. Does that beat? Okay, Greshy, your bracelet of dashing is destroyed.
I'm sorry,
starts to
what?
spark. It starts to spark and like there's like small cracks that start to run through the entire thing. It starts to vibrate on your arm. You like reach for it to try and pull it off of you, and then it just kind of bursts, and the whole thing just dissolves.
Oh god, all my weapons are gonna explode.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no!
Asher.
Did it take any damage, or does it just...
No!
No, you don't take any damage. It just kind of it kind of just dissolves before it fully explodes.
No.
Oh,
You
that
can
right,
skip
bastard.
me. You can skip my turn.
Let's not do this.
Whatever you're
That-
about to say.
Honestly, might have just lucked out if you.
Okay, and for Asher, we do. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Oh, he-
8.
Oh.
A 1, a 2, and a 2. Oh, I need to reroll the 2. 4.
4.
So that's potentially your bow, your armor, and the glove, the bag of holding.
Oh! The bag!
Okay, bow is first. Okay, the bow does start to spark. It is fine though.
Ah. Bag
Your
is gonna
armor-
explode.
Your armor is not so lucky.
No, I'm
Uh,
naked.
It doesn't dissolve, but the runes on it start to flash and deactivate.
that's
and the bag of holding is a 7th level item. Mokmirian's bag of holding, which she had been carrying around for Greshy, suddenly starts to
The one we just got
deteriorate.
charged with.
No!
And every item that was inside of it just starts to spill out into the room.
All of my stuff. Oh, for fuck's sake.
There's so much stuff in there.
The decanter.
The decanter falls onto the ground. I don't know what all items you have in there, but they all just sort of
Most of
spill
my
out.
personal items were
I
in
had
there.
nothing in there. This
I
was
hadn't
so
traded any of that stuff over to the knapsack. We had just gotten it. Holy hell.
So this energy pulses through the room, and it fades,
clearly
but
came
the
from the
wand
wand?
is still... Yes, it's clearly originated from the wand, and the wand is still crackling. It's dim, but it's still crackling.
I'm backing up
I will spring into action.
to here.
Well, finally.
So
All
I'm
right.
just
I will
gonna-
step up.
This is like all of Greshy's shit is like on the floor.
I'm sorry, Greshy. I didn't know what that machine did.
I will pick up the wand, and I will run it over here into this corner.
Okay, you just grab it, seeing it dissolve your friend's stuff. You run it
Well-
over the corner and just do you chuck it over into the wall or something?
No,
or
I'm gonna
I'm
hold it.
Okay.
I'm gonna examine it. I'm gonna try to quick identify it and see what is.
Okay. Give
Can
me
you take that minute?
Give me an Arcana.
Unless
check.
it starts.
It's
If it starts
quick
sparking
identify.
and charging up again.
Mhm.
Yeah, if it starts charging up again, I'll probably chuck it into the corner.
Okay.
And I'll stay far enough away that I can still.
And quick identify
Chuck it
is how
out of
long?
range.
It's 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay. You start to try and figure out what this thing is. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. You can tell that it's still building up some energy, but you have some time.
Okay.
You feel like you've got about 4 minutes before it pulses again.
I'm gonna use my bonus if I have. I have what, 4?
Sure, you can use your 4
I'm gonna add my 4 to this, giving it a
So-
26.
26.
Not great, but
Okay. You try to identify what the hell this thing is, but whatever runes were visible along its side are kind of shifting and sparking. This thing clearly was some kind of magic wand, but is busted in like a really bad way. It's just malfunctioning. So you're having a hard time telling what it's what it would normally do. It just seems like it is just a busted wand.
huh.
But you
How long
know,
would
you
something
have a
like
sense
that
that you've
take
got
to
3
repair?
minutes. You have about 3 minutes before it discharges again. At the rate it's building.
Okay. I note also that there's a passage off in the corner, so
Yes,
I'm
there
gonna
is a
try
passage
and-
behind you, to the left, as you dart,
I'm
like
going
your
to
eyes
try
dart
and-
around.
I think I will step over here, set the wand down against this back wall, and then back away.
Okay. You do so, and get away. It took you a moment to like kind of think of a plan, and you climb up the rubble and drop it down, and then just kind of slide back down. And by the time you retreat back a bit, it's only about a minute before before it gives off another discharge.
Okay, I will tell everyone that it is going to, whatever that was, it's going to do it again about every 4 minutes until it finishes breaking.
Greshy's going to
Greshy, oh
dig
my goodness.
through the pile of things that are lying on the ground,
What's
and he's going to
Greshy.
pull out the repair kit he has. And then he's going to start disrobing.
Oh, this is what we're doing now.
And he will take off all of his items and add it
Good
to the
plan.
pile of things that has accumulated here, because why the fuck not? And in the buff, Greshy's going to walk over with his repair kit to this wand, and he's going to see what he can do in terms of fixing it.
This is an amazing idea.
I agree. You gotta make sure you don't. You gotta watch out for static electricity.
It can't
sure, of
hurt you
course.
if you have no items. Useless.
Okay.
I watch.
So yeah, you're stripping naked.
Mhm. Stripping down, and I'm picking up the repair kit that is in the pile that is here, and taking that with me.
Did you take off the snake skin as well?
I took off everything. He's in the
Okay.
buff.
Yeah, you're like unzipping, and you're for the first time in a while, your meat flaps kind of hang out a bit. And you toss the kind of foul-smelling snakeskin off to the side. All right,
I'll clean it later.
takes
It's
you,
fine.
Is there?
It takes you a few moments, like a few minutes to do, during which there's another pulse of energy from the wand, but it stays kind of firmly up against the wall in the corner.
Very good. Well, I'll go over and I'll take some time to... Would I need to know what it is to get the wand into condition where it's no longer doing this? Or can I at least work on that first?
You think you could probably try and work on that first, sure.
Okay, then I'm just going to try and see if I can get it into a condition where it's no longer going to do what it is, and then we'll figure out what it is.
Okay.
Yikes.
So yeah, you can go ahead and give me a...
And how long will that?
It will take 10 minutes.
Okay.
I do not have quick drafting. Otherwise, it would only take 3 actions, which would have been nice. Would have given it a shot.
Hmm.
Beats for later.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, this is a bit more of a disable device, so it's only 2 actions to try and disable.
Oh, okay.
But this would be disable device with Arcana, or... no, you could use any magical tradition. But it is a magical disable.
It is a magical disable. All right. You would do this to me. Okay. We'll have to try that. I suppose with nature is going to be our best bet.
You can use Thieves' Tools as well, if you have Thieves' Tools bonuses.
I mean, I do have Thieves' Tools, and Thievery is much better for me.
But do your Thieves' Tools give you a bonus?
Um...
Are they the high quality kind?
My skeleton key would, but that's magic. I don't know if I want to bring that over, just in case. But if it's only going to be 2 actions, I can spare it. Oh, it's fine. I'll just go ahead and roll the.
I think the skeleton key
nature
is for disabling doors specifically.
Exactly. That's what I've usually got for these tools. It's usually what I need it for. So I'll just go ahead and try the nature roll. See what we get.
Okay.
That is a total of 40.
Okay.
Greshy currently is very good at nature.
He's one with nature.
He is. He's more into nature than we are right now.
He's quite the nature boy over there.
Yeah, so getting out the crafting tools and the thieves' tools, you manage to kind of jury rig like a magic. You run your own like primal magic through the tools, and manage to get it to spark in just a way that it causes like a small explosion inside the device, and like fully cracks it in two. Which permanently disables it.
Was that the goal?
No, that wasn't the goal at all, but alright, I suppose that's for the best. At least it's not going to do that anymore.
Repairable?
Not if it's completely broken like that, no.
Was
I'd have to...
it repairable before? Because
I have no idea, I haven't gotten a chance to look at it, Gunn. Relax.
No. I'm asking because I'm trying to clarify with Jason.
No, I broke it.
Yeah,
it's broken.
Yeah, in trying to like stop it from doing this was the only way that you could see. And like while you're hoping that it would stay together, but getting the bit of magic to disable itself causes the entire thing to fall apart. The magic that was holding it together just unfurls, and the device just the wand just kind of crumbles. Not fully crumbles, but just falls apart into like 4 pieces.
I'm asking on your behalf because I think you would not have tried to do that.
Perhaps not, but I did, and it happened. I'll pick up the pieces, and at some point I would like to try and identify what it was. Perhaps we can... I can't put this back together, but I might be able to do something with it to make something else like it. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to fix this, but if I can at least identify what the spell was, what the wand was, I might be able to make something similar.
In that case, that is almost certainly going to be. Oh yeah, you could use nature to try and identify it.
Okay. Well, give that another roll. Why not? That's another 19 for another total of 40.
Greshy should be naked more often.
Apparently, I just get back in touch with my roots this way. But, that's what it is. I've just been so disconnected from all of the layers keeping me away from nature. This is really
This is what druids need.
This is what we need. Just to walk around in the buff all the time.
So you've heard of primal forces being able to produce similar effects. This, you believe, is an uncommon spell known as Disjunction.
Oh.
It is a very dangerous spell, and obviously here it seems to have there was basically no saving this wand at this point. It was already, like, looking at how badly damaged it was effectively broken. Or it was effectively, like, on the brink of destruction.
Touching it, basically. I'm surprised Gunn didn't accidentally set it off. I'm glad he didn't, in fact. That would have been very bad for his stuff.
But, you think that if you had some time to think on it and study the wand and the bits of runic magic still attached to it, you could try to learn Disjunction off of it.
Would be worth doing. Well, I'll bring that over to our pile of things.
Oh,
Speaking of the
Greshy.
pile of things,
Stuff.
I'm sorry.
I assume that there's no
Everything
saving
you own in a box to the left.
any of the stuff that was destroyed.
Well, the only two things we lost were the bag and the bracelet.
The bracelet.
And my runes.
Oh, and your
on my
runes. I'll
armor.
have to get that fixed at some point.
Well, let's examine. I want to examine Asher's armor. Are the runes still there?
Yeah, I think they're just deactivated.
Yeah, as you return over to Asher to take a look at his armor, it does seem like the runes are just off at the moment. They're like trying to reactivate, but it seems like it'll take time to return.
Yeah, this might. I think eventually you might be okay on your own, or naturally the magic's maybe just been disrupted and not erased.
But the bag is erased.
The bag is definitely erased.
Yes.
The bag is gone. My bracelet just completely melted off of my arm.
Oof.
Well,
It's not great.
if you haven't been particularly reliant on that, but if you need, you can have my one.
No, it's all right. It's more just discomforting. Greshy's going to start slowly piling all of his stuff into his knapsack instead, kind of just shoving it in.
And you can take the smaller bag back if you.
No, I have my knapsack.
My backpack and stuff in there, but
this is fine. I'm sorry, Asher, that happened to that, but
It's okay.
It's all
I
right.
have my own normal backpack. Still all right. I don't carry much either, so I'm all right.
Greshy gets redressed. He does not put on all of the layers of robes, though. He only puts on just one.
Why? Why not all of them?
I don't know. It seemed to work when I was more connected to nature.
Ooh.
Perhaps I am cutting myself off a bit more than I should be.
Do we have enough room in the bags that we're carrying to fit all the things? I assume so. I don't think we have like any great. bulk
We didn't really have anything in the other knapsack.
Yeah, I think we're.
Did we? We did empty the knapsack before when we got it, right? We tried to find if there was anything in there.
Yeah, I don't think it had anything.
I don't think you checked it to see what was inside of it.
I thought we just knew about the pockets, I guess.
Greshy now coming to this conclusion, dumps everything he just put into his bag out as he attempts to empty the sack entirely, including anything else that might have been sitting in there from when they found it in the dragon's hoard.
What?
Okay, so yeah, you thinking about it, you upturn the bag and dump everything out. Inside, in addition to the things that you just put in, you find a what looks like a small, like 3x7 painting, like a sketch. It's a colored, like a watercolor sketch of what looks
portraiture.
like 4 friends. A halfling ranger, a half orc, maybe some kind of spellcaster, like a wizard or something, a human fighter, wielding a like a 2-handed sword,
This
and
2-handed
an
sword
elf.
that we found.
Yeah,
In the same
Greshy,
pile.
you've seen that sword before. You've seen that bow before. Also in here is basically a full adventurer's kit, and an ever-burning torch.
Well, got a torch in here in case we need an extra one. In case you're running out at all.
Yeah, in case I lose mine.
Aye, but interesting portrait there. Wonder who they were.
None of them are the same folks you met in Riddleport, are they?
I don't think any of those
I mean, I
seem
suppose
familiar.
It looks like 2 or 3 of them lost their gear, which means they probably lost their lives,
Aye.
at least. So I suppose none of them might have escaped. Well, it's possible that. Let's see,
Anyway.
the elves, the
When are
humans,
we going
and
to
the-
get a picture of ourselves? Are we really friends if we don't have a watercolor painting in our bag?
I mean, if you really insist, I'm sure we could get some dyes together or something and try. But I feel like it's the wrong time for that right now.
Can I see
Yeah.
something on there? Does that? Can I look at the portrait? Does the half orc have or wear anything with the symbol of Serenray on it?
Yes, you can see that emblazoned on his armor is the symbol of Sarenrae. You can give me a religion check if you want.
Okay, sure.
Interesting that you knew that.
Because we have this wand that we found in the same pile,
Fair.
which is a wand of Serenray, which I couldn't figure out what it does.
37.
But 37 on the religion check there.
Yeah, your guess is that he's either a war priest or a champion. Probably a champion of Sarenrae.
Okay.
He's got a big
All right.
like grin on his
Well,
face.
We found this one's wand, this one's bow, this one's sword, and this
One's
one's
backpack.
pack. So that
Yeah.
accounts for all of them, most likely. Fallen.
We're naked.
They might have escaped from a dragon naked. Yes, Asher, by by shedding items to distract it.
I mean,
What I would have done.
and that is what Asher would have done, and it may have even worked, knowing Asher.
I mean,
Never see me.
fingers crossed.
All right.
Well, I'll put everything back in my bag, and I am dressed now.
Okay.
Whew.
Well, that was not fun. I guess keep an eye out for more magic traps if that seems to be their
Yeah.
niche.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be more careful around stuff that looks broken.
Also, there's a passage further in here. Over this way.
Yeah, you can kind of tell that there's a passage to the south, and there was a passage up to the north on this map. Again, you guys don't really have a good sense of direction in the Runeforge, so I'm choosing arbitrary directions.
Shall we follow to the left or follow to the right?
I don't really have a preference, so whichever you think would be more interesting, go right ahead.
Well, I'm looking to the left first, I guess.
All right. Going left.
As we go, can I examine the markings of battle that are out and about to see if I can figure out maybe what was fighting here?
Sure, give me a survival check.
No. Nope. Sorry.
Natural 1 for 22.
I'm gonna keep that. I don't know anything.
It's clear that there was quite a lot of fighting here. It's so hard to tell. Like, you can't really pick out any single combatants that were probably here. You do see some bloodstains, and a couple of, like, bloody drag marks, but they seem to, like, they don't quite go anywhere. It's
Asher
very...
telling me a story about what he thinks happened. I'm like, I'll just kind of like deadpan back, like,
Great.
no, I don't
story.
think so.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not
I'm not
a
sure about that.
firefight moment.
There were dragons everywhere. And other things too, like a big bear. A bear with claws.
Asher, is this what happened, or is this just what you hoped happened?
Oh man, if there's big bears in here, I'm gonna be so happy.
Okay, so it's what he hoped happened. Okay.
He
Well,
looks off into the sky.
Bears fighting bears before.
When have I
They look-
seen bears
didn't-
fighting bears?
No, not bears fighting bears,
Oh.
but that was a comma.
Oh,
Trained fighting bears in the
oh
in the
yeah.
fortress.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I don't think they really look marks anything like this.
No, probably right. Unless it was a huge bear.
Anyway,
Asher comments and thinks to himself as he walks.
you know what the problem
Hmm.
before was? We were too vigilant. We approached that wand so carefully that it just went off. From
Hmm.
now on, I should not only run through, I should shout as I do it.
Yes, I agree.
No, I'm gonna continue creeping.
Okay,
Um,
so you
and-
find what appears to be like a narrow hallway. Bits of rock and debris are scattered across the floor. You just have to kind of kick it aside or step over it. You maybe lose your footing a little bit as you round the corner, but you can see that it turns again to your right.
Okay. I'm going to be searching for traps as I go.
Okay. Searching for traps, you can
But
hear a faint
steadily making my
bubbling
way.
sound up ahead. Very faint bubbling, or maybe more like a rippling. It sounds like a very small stream. And as you approach the next chamber, you can just make out what seems to be some kind of shining pool of liquid. It's giving off
They
a
love their
very bright
pools.
glow.
Yeah.
They should call this game Doors and Pools.
It's just a gym.
As a competitor to Dungeons and Dragons, it doesn't quite have that ring, but it's accurate.
Okay, well, are you just standing
Doors
there,
and
or
dirty water.
cracking jokes, or are you gonna go inside?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go in.
Okay.
I'll say
I'm
there's some
going to
kind
need
of
some help squishing Phelan.
All right, I'll push him.
Actually squishing Phelan in here? Okay.
Oh!
Don't you have the collar?
Oh, that's right. We'll just shrink him down then.
You shrink Phelan down.
Oh.
So you can see what's
I
in.
wasn't thinking that initially, but that
How
makes
deep
much
does
more
this
sense.
pool seem to be?
So yeah, you make
Oh.
your way a bit closer to this pool. The whole room here is decorated in what seem to be like these kind of thin blue tiles. Many of them are cracked as rubble has kind of fallen onto the ground. But yeah, you see this pool itself. It's giving off this kind of dull, slightly bluish white glow. But the surface of this water itself is this kind of like metallic, almost mercury-ish substance. And it's just faintly rippling out from the center, as if like a water droplet was falling like right into the center at like regular intervals. You don't see any water droplet falling from the ceiling, but it looks like that. It just has this kind of like bubble ripple from the center outward. It's difficult to tell how deep this pool is because it's completely like opaque and mirrored and like fully reflective. It is like fully recessed into the ground though. So unlike the Runeforge pool is like there's like a wall around it, this is just kind of like straight into the ground. So you can't see how deep this actually is. But yeah, it seems to be this very silvery mercurial liquid.
If what Papa Groswell pops out of this, I'm going to be upset.
No.
Do I have that 10-foot pole out of this pack again? That you've now
Oh, sure.
got. I will poke about the last foot of the 10-foot pole into the quicksilver water from 10 feet away.
Yeah, you poke the pole into it. It does ripple and react, or it does like ripple around the pole as you would expect. And if you if you're kind of feeling out the pool, it's actually not that like deep at all. It's only maybe an inch or two deep. Yeah, it's pretty shallow.
Oh, okay. So the pole doesn't go in a whole foot.
Yeah, it seems to stop right away. And you can hear the clanking of it hitting the stone beneath.
Interesting.
And as you do so, a little bit of the because this liquid was kind of perfectly at the lip, as you press the pole in, the liquid at the edges kind of doesn't quite spill over. It's actually quite viscous. But it does kind of like threaten to. It kind of forms like a kind of bulbous edge. But as you pull the pole out, it recollapses inward. You don't quite break the surface tension enough to cause it to splash out or anything.
Stick to the pole or happen to the pole? I'll pull it back and look at it.
A little bit of the liquid has stuck to the pole itself, but it just kind of drips out onto the ground. doesn't seem to have
It's
had any
not-
kind of reaction or anything.
It's not burning away or damaged.
No, doesn't look like it's damaged.
Okay. Is it magical? I'll ask Greshy in turn.
I'll take a look and see what I can determine.
So you're just detecting magic on it
Is it-
and read aura.
We're gonna read aura on it to see if we can tell if it's magical, what school it might be.
I'll see if there's anything that I've heard. I'll try and recall knowledge of anything like this.
Okay.
Using
Yeah,
religion.
Greshy, you get back just pure abjuration. There's a
Suppose that makes
very,
sense.
very intense abjuration aura coming off of this liquid. Meanwhile, Asher is just hanging back in the hall.
I'm scared that things are gonna explode on me. Also, I'm gonna kind of keep watch back here.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
So nothing
Who knows what's
comes
gonna happen
over.
with this?
Your eyes are maybe darting around.
there's no
you're
smoke in
maybe
this room, is
wondering if
there?
you should be more diligent. No, the smoke is kind of confined to the prior area. It doesn't
Okay.
look like... It looks like it was billowing out from that central area up the stairs, but hasn't really filtered into this room. There's like little wisps of it, but it doesn't seem to have really affected this area that much. But sorry, what was Greshy doing?
What would you...
Touch.
Oh, you're touching it?
You want to touch it?
Hi.
With what? Just your hands?
I'm wearing a glove. I'm going to dip a gloved finger in and see what happens.
Okay. You dip a gloved finger in. As you do so, the glove starts to flash. And you feel something like fall out of your palm. The wand of electricity that you had stored in the glove drops out of your hand into the pool. And both the glove and the wand quickly start to lose color.
I will attempt to fish both of them out.
Okay. You quickly try to grab the wand and pull it back out. And try to shake off both the wand and the gloves, the liquid on both.
Don't shake it this direction.
Well, sure, I'm shaking into the pool.
The pool itself is glowing a bit brighter than it was a moment ago.
Oh, that is interesting.
It is interesting.
But now neither you try to snap to put the wand back in the glove, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Mhm.
And you try to cast from the wand, and the wand doesn't seem to be
It's
working.
just a stick.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But give me a you can give me a nature check.
Does that give
Okay.
me any clues that I could
Sure,
recall
yeah, you
with
could.
religion as well?
Yeah, you could recall religion.
I'm going to use my hero point on that natural one.
And I got a natural 2. I'm kind of thinking of the same.
The same result.
That's a bit better. 34.
34 for Greshy. Is Gunn rerolling or
Yes, Gunn is rerolling
32?
for 32.
Okay. So Greshy, it doesn't feel like the magic is quite fully gone from either the wand or the gloves. You like try to read the auras a little bit more, and it feels like they're just being very heavily suppressed. You get the sense that maybe after 24 hours of game time, they'll function again. But
Okay.
yeah, if they were left in longer, perhaps it would drain them for longer. But it looks like the energy's been drained. Gunn with a 32.
Mine was to try and figure out if I can tell anything about this.
About the liquid itself.
But yeah, from what I've seen of it so far.
Um. Examining the pool. So while that happened, you can tell that the pool actually like refilled a little bit or got a little bit more bulbous as a result of those two items being drained of their magic. You can tell that it's clearly meant to do some kind of disabling. Whatever this liquid is, it must be very rare, or perhaps they're creating it somehow. It seems to be safe to the touch. It doesn't look like it harms non-magical items, so you feel like you could probably put it in a flask if you wanted.
That's kind of what I was just thinking.
It doesn't even look like it's harmful to organic matter either. So it could probably be consumed as a potion.
I do have a spare water skin. If I filled an entire skin with it.
I have several jars if you need to.
I have some vials as well. I was thinking of using it as bombs to throw at people and have it get on them and turn off their magic items.
Or if someone magics you, can you drink it and turn off the magic?
It'd be kind of nice to know exactly what it does.
About. But I'll take one vial of it.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to pretty easily...
Take my gauntlets off before I get close to it.
Sure. Yeah, you're able to scoop some out into the vial. So you've got one...
Does it still appear to be the same color and consistency after it's been removed from the pool?
Yeah. So once you've got the vial up, you hold it still, and you can see that it actually, even though you've got it just in this vial, if you look from the top, it looks like it's still doing that kind of rippling effect, like as if there was a very tiny droplet falling in and it rippling. So you feel like the magic is still there, still functioning.
All right.
So yeah, this is it. It is kind of heavy though for a vial of liquid. So it is light bulk.
Okay, how much would an entire skin full be? Like if I take my extra water skin and I start to fill that.
Yeah, you could get a whole flask full. Or water skin full. It seems like you could maybe get, of the liquid that's there, you could maybe get 5 more full water skins full of it before it's out.
Okay. And if the whole water skin is filled, how much does that now weigh?
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, maybe that should be light bulk. The flask is probably the vial is negligible.
The vial.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, vial is enough for like one swig of potion or like a throw.
You're not even sure that
it's not.
Yeah, you're not even sure that the vial would necessarily be enough to get a full dose of it, but the flask definitely would be. Or
okay.
I keep saying flask. The water skin definitely would be.
The water skin.
You could maybe get 1 or 2 uses out of a water skin.
Interesting. Well, okay. Well, this. I see. I'll take that with us, and that's probably all we can. I mean, I think this will come in handy in this area because we do seem to be facing a lot of magical challenges.
Sure wouldn't hurt to have. Well, we'll know where more is, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
We found some weird water, Asher, if you want to look at it. Wouldn't touch it with anything fancy, though.
Oh, I'm not. I do love water. That's
Your s-
weird, but
Specialization.
I'm all right.
All right,
I'm
fine
not
offer.
touching anything magical in this room.
I'm certain to think that perhaps better ideas.
Okay. As you guys return to the main chamber, you see Rock is currently digging at something in the rubble. He's kind of got his claw, like, or one of his talons, like, pulling aside, like, a steel beam from the roof.
Find something? I'll go closer and take a look at what he's looking at.
As he kind of steps down, you can see what looks like a human hand, detached from its owner, clutching in its grasp some kind of scroll.
Ooh. There's definitely no body under the rubble holding that it's part of.
Rock tries to push aside some of the other rocks, and there's some splatter of blood there, but the body isn't present.
All right. Better back up, Rock and everybody.
All right.
So, get back over there. I'll gingerly open the fingers and try to extract the paper.
Okay. Yeah, rigor mortis is definitely set in, but you're able to kind of pry the piece of parchment out of the hand. And you unfurl it and look at it, and it appears to just be a normal piece of parchment, maybe a letter. You can't read it, though. It's all in Thessalonian.
Maybe Asher will be able to work this out instead of me using another spell.
Asher has
Right.
a very specific set of knowledge bases, and he's very good at those.
Here, does it have anything to do with a lumber mill by chance?
Lumber mill, Thessalonian,
You did
other
it.
things.
I can
Okay.
try and read it.
Yeah, Asher, you take it into your grasp, and you see written across the top, meeting notes.
Oh dear. Meeting note.
I'll share it with all of you,
How
exciting.
but you can, Asher, if you would please read the note out loud to the group.
Eating notes, ... This is like an email my mom would send me. This meeting was called by Zalfan to go over our findings regarding the rune wells. Thanks to our Lord Bellamarius's wards in the real world, we now know that the time of the Runelords awakenings are upon us. Though we initially believed these alerts to be signs of our Lord's reawakening, Furius's calculations point to the Runelord of Greed. He's not wrong. Chirin, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, by the way.
No, it's fine. You, Asher, have no idea how to pronounce
That
any of these
sounds
names.
100% canon for Asher. He's not even sure about the Thessalonian, but
Chirin has gathered that the other wings remain clueless on the status of the Runewells for now, but it is only a matter of time before they know too. We cannot trust them to behave rationally. Once they find out, we must act swiftly if we are to halt or delay Karzug's return. Zalfan, he changes the pronunciation, made an interesting suggestion. Revive the Runeforged Weapons Project. It was an old joint project amongst the wings to forge enhanced weapons that capitalize on the weaknesses of each Runelord as a potential method of keeping them in check should they grow too powerful. The project was abandoned post-Earthfall, but we, the Wardens of Envy, unanimously agreed that forging these arms would be our best chance of keeping the other Runelords at bay. Furious notes that amongst the living class at the Runeforge, only the students of Kroon and Xandergul were present for the initial experiments. One of them must be our first target. From there, we will subdue the other wings one by one, fully securing the Runeforge pool for our exclusive use. As a final note, I propose that we ramp up production of Athelion. Maybe that's what that stuff is. Supplies are running low, and it will likely prove pivotal in the battles ahead. Compiled by Warden Carol Ritharia.
Heard any of these names before ever,
I mean, Kroon and Xandergul, obviously.
other than the 2 Runelords, 3 Runelords that were mentioned.
I feel like Zalfon is familiar, but I might just be projecting that from other things that sound like that. Belimarius, the Runelord.
Kieran, Furious.
Zalfon.
I don't know them off the top of my head at all, so. And I don't think they're in my notes.
Riltheria.
Sorry. So it doesn't sound like they did attack. Oh. I get the feeling their attack didn't go well.
Yeah, that's,
Or they were attacked before they got a chance to actually do this. Perhaps they were spied upon, or perhaps somebody else did know and they didn't realize.
That's a good guess. The center pool seems to be the thing they were trying to secure, which they called, how much was it again?
I think they just call it Runeforge Pool. But it's for these Runeforged weapons.
Yeah. Okay, so we know the purpose of that now, and we kind of know the purpose of this other substance as well. The name doesn't ring any bells.
Does Athelion ring any bells to me with what knowledge I have of crafting?
Nope.
It's a completely
Never
foreign
heard of it.
substance entirely.
Yeah.
Strange.
But it would make a good weapon.
If you can successfully weaponize it and not use it against yourself, as it turns out. Judging from my very pale, not pink anymore, gloves.
Is there anything
Yeah.
else here in the rubble that we should search for before we search the south?
At a glance, you don't see anything, but you could spend some time digging through the rubble more diligently to try and find stuff.
I would not mind doing that.
Sure, I'll make Phelan big and we'll give a hand and start moving some rocks about.
Okay. How much time do you guys want to spend, roughly, digging through here?
No more than an hour, and I feel like that would be a stretch.
I was going to say 10 minutes, maybe.
That's
30.
Let's say 30. 30 sound good? Get us some exercise, stretch our muscles a bit. We've been walking a lot, so.
Okay.
Certainly.
So yeah, you guys start. So it sounds like Gunn, Greshy, Phelan is. I presume Rock is helping. Is Asher doing anything, or is he helping as well?
Yeah, I'm helping.
Okay.
Teamwork.
Oh, I figure we all go in different spots. I'll help up here.
Okay. Asher, you can see as you guys start taking out some of this rubble, you notice to the south something a bit odd.
Oh no.
There's a hallway, like a cross section, there to the south, but the floor just seems to stop. The ground is like crumbled away, and up ahead looks like just a black void.
Oh.
There's bits of rubble like floating in the air beyond that point, but just seems weird. Just a thing you notice as you make your way along that side, and if you call it out, other people can kind of notice it as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that. That's weird. That's not just a funny, quirky thing. That looks very strange. Hey guys, there's some weird stuff going on to the south.
What kind of weird stuff?
There's no floor and all the rocks are flying.
That does sound
Hovering.
kind of strange. I'm going to go take a look from a distance. Like over here.
Yeah, I'll stay behind.
I'd like to know, this rubble here,
Mhm.
does this look like it might have been some kind of dais or...
Perhaps an Amadeus?
Yeah, it seems like there was maybe... Well, it seems like this room was actually much larger before, but the walls and ceiling have all kind of caved in on it. It's certainly reasonable that there was a... Like, given that the floor pattern kind of changes around there, that there probably was maybe a dais or a statue or something there in the
table
center.
or something like... Can I see any evidence of anything like that? Exactly.
Yeah, you could spend a little bit more time trying to dig through and see, but you don't see any evidence of that at the moment from the top of the rubble.
Okay. Well, that's probably what I would spend my time doing, but it seems like we're detouring to the south before we spend 30 whole minutes in this room.
Well, I just got distracted as Asher was mentioning something.
Yeah.
So I'll take a look real quick.
Should we go down there instead of searching this room, or should we search this room first?
I would like to try and see what I can see without getting too close. If, like, do I see the floating rocks and the lack of floor?
All right. Well, then let's all go. Oh, excuse me. Let's all go together.
Yeah, you can definitely see the black void of the floating rocks and things out to the south there at the end of the hall.
And you say black void, and even with dark vision, black void.
Yes. Yeah,
Interesting.
the light generated by there's certain stones along the wall that are giving off this blue light. There is no light beyond. It is just darkness.
And empty, I'm assuming as well, or appearing to be.
It appears to be. You can't quite see. You'd have to be a bit closer to get more of a sense of that. You're just kind of looking down a hall, and you just see it goes. There's the floor ends, and it's just kind of a void.
Greshy's squinting very hard. That's all I want to say. He's squinting really, really hard.
I'll go closer.
All right.
With the 10-foot pole out, and I'll... Oh, well, actually, right here. Oh.
Mm-hmm. As you make your way around the corner, you see that the path splits to your left and right as well. To your left seems to be a similar void. The hole abruptly ends, the ground is crumbled away, and there are just bits of rubble floating there. You can't quite tell if the same is true on your left.
I'll step over here and...
Okay.
No, it looks like there's space
over
there.
Give me a reflex save as you kind of stumble over the rocks.
I mean, okay, if it's just the rocks, because I was gonna say my what's it called? Exploration action. Not going to have changed.
Sure.
Reflex. There we go. On Gunn.
Pretty good.
A 32.
Okay. As you're kind of stepping here, you do slip a little bit on something, and it causes you to kind of stumble back a little bit. You look then at the ground and immediately notice some kind of like yellow sticky liquid on the ground. And as you look at the ground, it seems to be there's a trail of this stuff that leads off around the corner.
Does it look like it dripped and dropped on there, or is it like painted on, or?
It looks like something has
How much
been,
are we talking?
dragged. It looks like something has been dragged across the surface.
Do I think it could be some kind of blood
Give me a medicine check.
or... Okay. Strange creature blood. 21.
21. Yeah, you bend down and look at it, and it's not blood. No, it's more of like
Oil?
Yeah, maybe some kind of oily substance, like a grease.
Like a slug.
Okay. Alright, well, something came through here. It was either a damaged golem being dragged through, or a giant slug, or something that just coated this place with this oily substance. That's the impression that I'm getting.
Should we go look at it, or did you want to look at the rock some more?
Do you think
Can I
we'll
s-
learn anything from
If I'm careful,
following
can
it?
I step over it and...
Oh
treat
yeah,
it?
yeah. Once you see that it's there, it's easy to not have to step over it.
Okay. I'll
So yeah,
try
if
and
you-
step over it, and I'll step back out to this space.
Yeah, you step forward. You can see clearly behind you, which would have been to your left, is a void. Same thing with forward. On the other side is some kind of small chamber that seems to be mostly intact. But this yellow stuff, grease, oil, is kind of like all over the floors and wall. And as your eyes kind of glance up, you see something dangling from the ceiling. A massive,
Oh no.
kind of fleshy, bulbous,
No.
yellow liquid.
No.
It's kind of congealed.
No.
And it starts to
What's
move
going
towards you.
Shall we?
And
No.
that, that is where we're going to
No.
end the session for tonight, my friends.
Oh, for God's
Nice.
sake.
No.
Oops, let's
I
see.
thought the second you stepped out, I was like, we should just leave the area.
I was like, you kept looking the
There's
slime.
nothing
and,
else we can learn here.
Nothing good can
That's
come
what
of
I
this.
saw. There we go.
Greshy, you and I
Yay.
could still get out of here.
Well, I was hoping for the slug, really, but, I'll take this. Whatever, it's fine.
Well, we'll see what happens next time, slug or slime or whatever. Will the party lose more gear? Find out next time on third action.
Yes. We'll all be naked by the end.
Yeah, that's true. That'll be fun, and then you can go to hang out with the Lust people. It's perfect time. Yeah, take off all your
yeah.
clothes and go straight to Lust. It's perfect. Anyway, GG everybody. Thanks for playing. We'll hopefully be back next week. We'll see. It is Labor Day weekend, so if not, find us on Twitter or on our Discord. We also obviously post the videos on YouTube, youtube.com/thirdaction, or twitch.tv/thirdaction is when you can find us live at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time every Monday. We're also on all the podcast feeds. Listen to us at double speed to catch up. As someone today,
We sound really funny that way.
Yes, we do sound really funny that way. It's great. Anyway, good night, everybody.
I just sound funny in general, but
See you next time.
good night.